In this video, I'm going to show you how you can cheaply, easily, and quickly put a shade sail on your patio cover to give you more shade. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then after I'm done showing you how to do it, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of this, give you all the reasons you would want to do it, and then all the reasons you wouldn't want to do it, so you can decide if this is a DIY project that you'd like to do at home. But first, let me show you what you need to get this project done. So here's what you're going to need for this project. First, you are obviously going to need the shade sail itself. I'm going to tell you in just a second how to measure that thing out to get the correct size. Then you're going to need some cord. I like to use paracord. It's easy to work with. It holds up well. Some of these rope cleats, screw eyes, and a carabiner or two. In addition to that, you will need some tools. We're going to be using a drill and a driver. You can also use a standard screwdriver for this as well. And before we go ahead and buy a shade sail, we got to figure out how big of a shade sail we need. So in my case, my patio cover is about 9 feet by 17, which is why I went by an 8 by 16. You want to come in a little bit because over time these things will stretch and you're going to be putting tension on them. So you want to give it a little bit of room to stretch. So once you've figured out the dimensions of the shade sail that you need, you're going to go ahead and pick one up at your local hardware store or order online. Now, if you need to do more than one, depending on the size of your patio cover, you'll have to figure that out as well. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have a patio cover, or I want to come off my patio cover. Well, in a previous video, I showed how to sink these posts in for the shade sail that I have over my koi pond. I don't have it up right now. So if you do need to know how to sink these things into the ground, sink posts in, I'll have a link for that video down below. You can follow along with that one. Similar instructions in that video. We're going to start by installing our first screw eye. We're going to be putting that one right there. After drilling our pilot hole, the screw eye goes in. And a little tip to make these things go in easier, grab a screwdriver, loop it through. Now, if you enjoyed these kind of videos, easy to follow DIY projects, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel and it'll let you know when we're coming out with more content that you might find useful. And I'm going to show you one more quick tip on these. When you install these, you'll see that there's an open side. You want to install that open side away from where the shade sail is going. That way the tension's going here and not on this side. It makes this thing just a little bit stronger. And now we're going to take the first corner of our shade sail, take the carabiner, loop it through, and put it right there. So our first corner is up. Now we've got to get the other corner on this side. And then we'll repeat the exact same process on this side, putting in another screw eye. And here's where these come in. And this is the little trick that I've kind of come up with to make these things go up and stay tight, because that's always a problem, is keeping them tight. So we're going to put a cleat just on the inside, right here. And now we have a way to easily tighten and also disconnect our patio cover. And in this job, you even get to learn a knot. So follow along with me. We're going to tie a 2/2 hitch. So we're going to go underneath like this, loop our rope through, and then through one more time. Now, technically you can use pretty much any knot here. But the 2/2 hitch is the best knot. Now, I know I did a crummy job showing you how to do that. I will have a link down below to my brother's channel where he has a very clear step-by-step on how to tie a 2/2 hitch. Now let me show you how we get this thing on and tensioned. Now this is the clever part. How you're going to tie this thing up is you're going to loop through here, pull this tight, and it'll be easier once the entire shade sail is up. Pull this tight, and then we're going to loop around here, pull it, and then you make a little loop, and now that's tight. I'll show that again later on in the video when I have the whole thing up so I can really show you how easy this thing is to do. And we are going to repeat the exact same process on the far side of our patio cover. This time we're going to come a little bit further to the outside so we can pull a little bit more tension on it. Okay, so here is the more clear version of how to tighten this thing up. So you want to pull it nice and tight and then come over to the cleat. And what we're going to do is loop underneath the cleat and then do a figure 8. So go over and just go back and forth in an 8. Then we're gonna make a loop, just like this, loop it over the end of the hook, pull it tight. Now that thing is tight, the rope is actually tightening down on itself, so it won't let this thing go, it won't slide out. If you want to, you can do a second loop just to be safe. And there we have it. We've got shade on our patio. It's gonna be nice and cooler out here because we live in the desert, getting cooked by the sun. So we talked about pros and cons. So let's talk about the pros first. The first pro is the cost. This shade sail and all of the hardware costs less than one 4x8 sheet of vinyl lattice, which is what I used to have up here before I took it down. So this is probably the cheapest way you can go as far as a shade thing on your patio cover. The next biggest pro, and this is why I did it this way, is these. It means I can take this on and take it off in a matter of 3 to 4 minutes. So if I need to take it down for some reason, I can. When I had the lattice on there, I was getting wood rot underneath the lattice because it was trapping moisture. This thing I can take off every winter, check the top, paint it, and that way I don't have to deal with that issue, hopefully ever again. And one thing I want to reiterate with the being able to take it on and off quickly is it means I can take this off in the wintertime. And in the wintertime out here, it gets very cold, which means when I take this off in the wintertime, the sun is now going to hit the back windows of my house and help keep my house warm in the wintertime. And in the summertime, it's gonna keep the sun off those windows and help keep my house a little bit cooler. This is a solid top. In the past, I had the lattice, and I've also had the ones where you have like the 1x1s or the 2x2s running over, and you don't get solid shade. You get shade, bright, shade, bright, shade, bright. And invariably, wherever you're sitting, the sun is shooting right through one of those, right into your eye. It's not gonna be the case in this one. This is complete shade all the way overhead. And I also just think this looks better than the lattice I had up here before, but that's just a personal preference. Now, I've gone over some pros, but not everything's perfect, so let's go over the cons. And the first thing is something I'm sure a lot of people are thinking is, what does this do in the wind? Well, I'll answer that. Not very much. I've had many shade sails in my yard. I've had shade sails over my koi pond, over my pool, over my lawn. I've installed them at work. And if you install a shade sail horizontally, when the wind comes through, the shade sail will flap, but it won't grab and tear and yank it off. It's if the shade sail is loose or if it's at a really hard angle, that's when it'll catch air. But the wind will go through this material. So it's not as bad as you'd think as far as wind goes. Now, like I mentioned, I live in the desert, and the shade sail that I've had over my pool, I've now had over both of my pools, and that sail's lasted me now 7 seasons in the sun. So these are more durable than you think, but what does break down is that paracord. That breaks down a little quicker in the UV, so you may once a year have to put new paracord on it. Not that big of a deal, but it is a maintenance item. I also had mentioned that these things do stretch over time, and this is an 8-foot by 16-foot dimensional shade sail, and you'll notice I have a little bit of gap over there. I expect this thing will stretch a couple inches over the next couple weeks with this thing up and having some tension on it. So if you do install one of these and you notice it getting loose, you will have to go back out there and re-tension all of your cleats. Once you do that 2 or 3 times, though, it's basically stretched out as far as it's going to go, and you're done with that. The final thing, and I'm standing under right now, is these are not perfect rectangles. They do bow in a little bit in the middle. So if you have it cleated to the outside, on the inside, it's going to stretch in a little bit. Now, I do expect this will stretch out a little bit over time as my other ones have, but it's still going to be a little bit of a thing. So if that's an issue, you may want to go with a couple shade sails, because then this won't be as dramatic. You won't have as much gap. But if you know you're going to have some gap, put it in a place where it's not going to bother you. Where it is right here doesn't affect what I need shade on anyway, so it's not a big deal for me. So I do hope this video helped you out. If you were thinking about putting one of these on your patio cover, leave me a comment down below. Let me know kind of what your thoughts are. If you've run into any issues, tips, or tricks, you can share them with everybody below and help out the community. Now, if this video did help you, give it a great big thumbs up. Leave me a comment, like I said, hit that subscribe button, because I've got all sorts of home DIY stuff on the channel that you can check out. It'll help you out around the house. And of course, thanks for watching.